So remember, there are three parts to every message. There is the message itself, there's the person who receives your message, and you, the messenger. And in the last session, we focused primarily on you, the messenger. So in this session, we're going to focus on the message itself and the person who receives your message, okay? So, and like I said, we're going to talk about your message in the context of having an actual conversation with someone face to face. Because as you know, I always say that before you can make money while you sleep, you gotta be able to make money while you're awake. And so many people fight me on this, and you do not have to only stick to conversations to sell your products and market your products, but you've gotta be willing to be in the conversation because that's where you see what your message really is and how it's landing and how to adjust and adapt that. However, one of the reasons why people get so weird when they start to talk about their products and talk about their business is because they've got these definitions of marketing and beliefs about what marketing is that aren't super supportive to what they're hoping to achieve. So many people believe that marketing is simply the way you attract new customers into your business and re-engage existing customers. And that's true. That's the surface definition of marketing. But does that carry all of that inspiration and that juice and that charge of when you were writing that unreasonable vision? Yes or no? Does it carry all that with you? No, it doesn't, right? This is boring and this is uninspiring. Am I right? Like you read that and you're like, wah, wah, wah. So I've written this deeper definition of marketing that's helped so many of my students, so many of my clients, so many of my customers really start to actually fall in love with marketing, which they didn't even believe was possible. So marketing at a deeper level, it's about helping someone create the mindset, the beliefs, the conditions they need to make a change in their life that they want, but they can't attain on their own. So let me read that one more time, because if you really, really feel into this, it will change the way you market. At a deeper level, all marketing is about helping someone create the mindset, the beliefs, the conditions they need to make a change in their life that they want, but that they can't attain on their own. That's all that marketing is. And it's also the difference between regular marketing or what I call experience marketing. And experience marketing is all about creating a space where transformation is possible. It's literally about opening a door in people's hearts and minds so they can make the choice to walk through it. It's opening a door that may have been locked tight for years and allowing someone to leave their fears, their doubts, their insecurities behind and reconnect to their full potential. And when you learn how to do this well, marketing can be completely transformational. As the person you're speaking to feels deeply seen and heard and understand. And one of our greatest desires as humans is simply to be seen and heard and understood. And when you do this really, really well, people almost feel like you're reading their mind, right? So marketing can be a huge act of service. And the best marketing messages, they're conversational. It doesn't even feel like marketing with a capital M. Because who wants to do marketing with a capital M? Anyone? No, you just want to be you and do you and talk with enthusiasm about your products and services. So I'm trying to help you find the right words to do that without building up marketing to be this big, huge thing. So what I want you to do, because we're imagining this as having an actual conversation, is I want you to let go of any attachment or any desire to get it right or anything that you want as a particular outcome. Because the goal here in this exercise, it's not to make a sale. It's to make a connection. And what often happens when you make a connection is, guess what? A sale follows from the connection, just like it did for Julie. But so often, people approach marketing hoping to make a sale. And in trying to make a sale, they lose the connection. Is this resonating? Is this making sense for anybody? So the very worst thing that could happen as you go out there and you have these conversations is that someone doesn't resonate. But that tells you two very important things. And it's a gift when someone doesn't resonate because it either tells you that that person is not the right person to receive your message, they're not your ideal customer, your client, your student, or it tells you that your message is not landing with them and gives you clues as to how you could tighten up your message. So like I said, the goal is not to make a sale, it's to make a connection. And when you do that, when you start having these conversations, trying out the different messaging and seeing how it lands, it puts you in the iterate your way to awesome cycle, where you got an idea, you take action on that idea, it gives you clarity, which allows you to gain momentum so you have better ideas that you take more action on and gain more clarity and more momentum, and you're in this upward spiral of awesomeness. Versus simply staying stuck with an idea. Because without action, ideas are just ideas. Can you see that? They're just ideas, and ideas alone do not have a lot of value. But when you put action behind your ideas, that's when everything changes. Because if you're just in the land of ideas, usually what happens is you overanalyze it. That leads to confusion and procrastination. So you're just stuck on the same idea for a very long time. And how many of you have felt like you've been stuck on the same message for a very long time? Raise your hand. Yeah. So we want to get into action around that message right now today to get you a little bit unstuck. Will your message be perfect by the end of the session? No. Will it be a little bit closer? Yes, simply by entering the iterate your way to awesome cycle. And at the very least, you'll have a little bit more momentum. And on the other side of momentum are new, better ideas and more clarity. So the first part about this is understanding that when someone asks you what you do, they're not really asking you what you do. All right? And this is where 90% of entrepreneurs go wrong. They actually think when someone asks you what you do, they want to know what you do. And now they might be interested in you as a person. They might truly be interested. But the thing is, they only have their own frame of reference towards what you say. So if what you say when you answer the question, what do you do, doesn't land with their frame of reference, their understanding of the world, their life experience, it's not going to land. So when someone asks you, what do you think they're really asking? What's the question they're really asking? The question they're really asking is, what can you do for me? Right? And like I said, they only have their frame of reference to understand and interpret what it is that you're actually saying. So the story goes, and it might be a little bit of an apocryphal story, but when Christopher Columbus landed on the shores of, America, the Native Americans had never seen a big Spanish galleon. So they had no frame of reference for a Spanish galleon. So as the ship came into harbor, none of them knew what they were seeing. They almost didn't even see the ship. So if you're talking about your business as if it were this Spanish galleon, and someone's never heard of a Spanish galleon or seen another Spanish galleon, it's not going to land. Can you see that? And one of the biggest mistakes people make when they go about messaging what they do is they're attached to the way they like to talk about what they do as an expert. You've got this thing called a cognitive bias as an expert. So a lot of times that means talking about what you do in these big fancy words that just go over people's heads because they don't land with their frame of reference. It's like you're talking about the Spanish galleon to someone who's never seen a Spanish galleon. So raise your hand if you've seen the movie Inside Out. Raise your hand if you've seen this movie. Yes? It's a very good movie that you definitely want to see if you haven't seen it yet. And this movie follows the story of a young girl named Riley as she's born, and she basically goes out there into the world and starts having experiences that form her perception, that form her beliefs, that form her values, and ultimately give her the things that she really loves, which is family and hockey and being goofy and honesty. And it really creates kind of her life, her personality. But behind the scenes inside of Riley's brain is a board of directors. And you can see there from left to right, you've got disgust, you've got fear, joy, sadness, and anger. And what happens is whenever Riley experiences something, the board of directors decides how they're going to categorize that experience. Whether it becomes a peak emotional experience, for example, like scoring a winning goal in hockey, or whether it ends up being stored in the forget it trash heap where 99% of experiences and memories land. And so often, when you talk about what you do, you're talking to the board of directors inside somebody else's brain. And they're deciding how to categorize what it is that you're saying. So your board of directors is speaking to their board of directors. And you got to understand what can get lost in translation there. So let me show you a little moment of this movie.
Hello. Riley.
Oh, look at you. Aren't you a little bundle of joy? Aren't you a little bundle of joy?
Wow.
33 seconds.
I'm sadness.
Oh, hello. I'm Joy. So, can I just, if you could, I just want to fix that. Thanks. And that was just the beginning. Headquarters only got more crowded from there.
Very nice. Okay, looks like you got this. Very good. Oh, sharp turn! Ah, look out!
That's Fear. He's really good at keeping Riley safe.
Easy, easy, huh? Hi, back! Oh, we're good. We're good. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And we're back.
Here we go. All right, open.
This looks new.
Think it's safe?
What is it?
Okay, caution. There is a dangerous smell, people. Hold on, what is that?
This is disgust. She basically keeps Riley from being poisoned, physically and socially.
That is not brightly colored or shaped like a dinosaur. Hold on, guys. It's broccoli! Well, I just saved our lives. Yeah, you're welcome.
Riley, if you don't eat your dinner, you're not going to get any dessert.
Wait, did he just say we couldn't have dessert?
That's anger. He cares very deeply about things being fair.
So that's how you want to play it, old man? No dessert? Oh, sure. We'll eat our dinner right after you eat this.
Riley, here comes an airplane.
Oh, airplane. We got an airplane, everybody.
Good night, kiddo.
Good night, Dad.
And we're out. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! Another perfect day. Nice job, everybody. Let's get those memories down the long term.
All right, we did not die today. I call that an unqualified success.
All right. So what I want you to see now is that you really want to connect your message with the experience and the conversation that your audience, your prospects are already having in their own minds. Whether it's a peak emotional experience from their past, an experience they're currently having, or something they fear is going to happen in the future. You really want to ground your message in their current experience, right? That's super duper important. You want to join the conversation they're already having in their minds and speak directly to the board of directors. Rather than trying to speak from you and your perspective, you want to speak to them where they're currently at. Is this making sense? And that's super duper important, what a lot of people bypass because they've got a way they like to talk about what it is that they do.